Hey everybody, I just wanted to check in to explain what's been going on the last few days and what we're getting into here. It's not the most exciting thing, so we're not having those same fun updates, but I do just want to keep you guys informed and just show you what's going on here. So right now we're grinding, we're doing the sort of the last rough grinding step on the GSO-5.1s. We do engage in a few more grinding operations than I think damn near anybody I've seen, but the part quality is really important to me, and having good part flatness and parallelism is really important to me coming back from heat treat. So we do the grinding in a number of steps because I don't only want accurate parts, I want them to have a really good finish. And so far I haven't found a way to really do that in one step after heat treat. So looking into it here, this is how we used to do things. We would profile machine these full thickness blanks, but being that we wanted to get into some machine features and stuff, this surface isn't very uniform, and since it's hot rolled, part to part and sheet to sheet, the thickness can change pretty dramatically, so it's not really conducive to nice little accent machining and things like that. So with this last run, we moved away from this. We do still have some leftover parts here from previous run that we just had heat treated. But now moving into this latest run, what we're doing here is we're about 5/1000ths over our nominal thickness. And as these parts are coming back in Magnacut, we're paying a bit of a nerd tax here. The sheet to sheet, I think they're still working out the annealing temps and best handling practices for this steel. It's not so bad that the profiles are moving, but the flatness is a little less than ideal. I think some of the other people out here working with Magnacut, especially if the heat treat and a really good heat treat is important to you, you're probably noticing some part warpage. I have been told that they're working on that, adjusting some of the annealing temperatures at the mill, and also looking at making some investments, I think next year, with some of the roller furnaces to better control the conditions while this material is being rolled. I've noticed that some of these materials are a little more heat sensitive while you're working them, and that translates into some part warpage. A lot of people like to dump this into the heat treater's lap, but we've seen enough stuff now that this is happening somewhere in rolling, and we're doing our best to push them to get that figured out so that we have more consistent parts coming through production. It's really frustrating when you have a batch of things come in, everything's really nice and flat, and then the next batch, everything's kind of twisted up. And we're getting that nailed down, so I'm just working through this right now. So what happens here is we take a lot of the material off. We're 5/1000 over nominal. They go to heat treat. We do all of our little machine features and profile machining, pre-heat treat. And then when they come back, we get them over here. We fine tune flatten them because I want really flat parts. And then we come back in with the coarse wheel. It grinds very freely with really low pressure. So I just get down into it and take about 2 thou per side off, 2/1000ths of an inch per side. And then we have between 5/10ths and 1 thou for that final grinding each side. So this stack here, we can look at, has already been flattened. You can see all the parts are nice and flat laying with one another. And then we've got really good uniform surfaces across all these parts. So where we're gonna go from here is we're gonna walk a bunch of these down just like this, and then we'll put our fine finishing wheel on and just dust each side to make sure that we're getting a really, really good surface finish like you saw, I think a video ago with the GSO-12. So we'll have a really nice smooth finish, and that means we don't have to stone wash our parts very long, and it just highlights good workmanship. We have good clean grinding and nice parts that translates into a really nice nut. But it's not always, you know, ABC. It's, things happen, and sometimes there's a little bit extra work, but we're willing to take that time. That's part of us being a small manufacturer, what we term a craft manufacturer. There's just not set processes that everything has to conform to. If something takes a little bit extra time, we're gonna do it because we want you to have the best product. You can see here with some 3V parts here with these Vendetta 4.5s, the mill, Niagara Specialty Metals, they're very familiar with CPM 3V. They've been rolling a long time. They do have some oops every now and then, but for the most part, this is what we expect coming back from heat treat. We have really good flatness. So these will be a lot less work to get those finished out. So once we're done these 5.1s, as we move into some of these other projects, they're gonna go really fast. The part flatness on the EDC4s and these Vendetta 4.5s is really good coming back from heat treat. And I'm hoping with this next set of sheets that we're getting, they've made some adjustments to the temperatures in the annealing furnace, adjusted some of how they're handling it. So I'm expecting much flatter parts with our next batch of Magnacut. So yeah, that's what's going on right now. I'm just gonna get back to it. It's just a lot of long, tedious hours to get these things done. So I just wanted to keep you guys up to date, but there's not much that's visually exciting right now to show you. So I'm just gonna get back to it, and I hope you guys are having a great holiday, and we'll talk to you again soon.